Welcome back to Andrew's Collectibles. Today is day 6 in the 10 days of PrimesMas, and on day 6 we are going to review the Autobot Dinobot Slug deluxe class figure that is released with Wave 1 of the Power of the Primes. Now, Dinobot Slug, or Slag as he was called, I believe in the G1s, was a Triceratops, breathed fire, did all kinds of cool stuff, was kind of a super tough warrior, and with him being a Triceratops, always been my favorite dinosaur. So I do like Slash and how she's she's a raptor, but Triceratops are where it's at. I also like Stegosauruses and stuff like that. So looking at Slug, I keep wanting to call him Slag. I don't know why. Looking at Slug, it's a nice figure. So I'm really excited to do this review. Here's his box art. And it's the same as a lot of them. On the back, it's a 12-step transformation, so it's one of the easier transformations that is in this line. And he's got 3 Prime Masters that go with him: Micronus, Vector Prime, and Liege Maximo. And he has that ugly Prime armor as well, which I guess they need to put in there in order for him to combine, but it's just god-awful. I wouldn't put it on the figure when it's transformed. He looks real good like that. Let's just put that there. So, his bio: how will the hot-headed Dinobot warrior wield the power of the Primes? So, hot-headed, breathes fire, get it? So here is his card. And one of the other viewers had mentioned that there are different variants of these cards. So I don't know if they're doing like a way to collect them, but I haven't opened multiple figures yet to see if you can get different ones. So if you have opened multiple figures, what colors have you gotten? Have you gotten any special variants, as that was mentioned to me as well? So that is that's kind of cool. And this is Slug's card, breathing fire, and it says Micronus Slug power links to share his fire breathing ability. So apparently, if he power links, both things can breathe fire, which is kind of neat. Here's the Prime armor again. Not going to talk about that much because I'm not too crazy about it. And then here's his blaster, which is cool. It's got a little scope on it. Why a robot would need a scope, I don't know. And here is the figure itself. So one thing I like the most about this figure is his eyes. They are super, super, super red, and they're like piercing. You can see them if I just like even put them back here. You can see those eyes. It's the first thing I saw on the figure. It's one of the things I like the most about it. And then I do like the gold touches to it, the gold tail. The horns are a little bit low. I wish they would be able to like swivel a little bit more, like come up. You can do a little bit, but they're kind of, I don't want to break them. And that was a minor complaint. The other minor complaint I have is that the Autobot logo is kind of nondescript. You can't see it that well. It gets shadowed and it's kind of difficult. Let me move the light a little bit more. It's kind of small. And then when you put this up, the manufacturer's markings are here, so I don't really like that either. I wish they would have put another one here or something, or on his side or shell or something, because there's not much identification markers on him to show Autobot, which all the other ones have, right? And I know he's a Dinobot, so it's different, but minor critique, the figure's awesome. That's one small thing. So, looking at his articulation, head obviously does not move. Not at all. It's stuck in there. Arms, full swivel. Elbows can go back a lot more than normal. And then forward. They've got this neat, there's not a ball joint, it's like a gear. So that's kind of cool. Hands don't turn, but the waist turns. So that's good. And then his feet don't move at all, obviously, because they're big blocky feet like his G1, but his knees do move. So to transform this guy, it's really quick. It'd probably take you less than 45 seconds to transform him, but there are some things to stay aware of when you do transform him, because I found it a little bit difficult when it got to his bottom half. So the top half is pretty much the easiest transformer that you're going to do. Pop this up once, twice, close it. Okay, now he's nearly there. Second step, take the hand, push it back in. Then you can position his feet the way you want them. Other one, hand, push it back in, push his feet the way you want them. So he's halfway done now. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit difficult. So on the back, the feet are pegged in. It's hard to see. I'm going to try and show it in the light. There's a tab on the foot right there. And it tabs in right here when you transform it. Hold on. Right there. So take that out and then swing it all the way around. You're just going to need to do that to keep it out of the way. Swing it all the way around. And then the tail tucks into the back of his legs. So you're going to push each one up. And then what you've got to do is you've got to turn them out sideways. And then pop them down. So have them like that. So now the next step you're going to want to do is connect his tail. And this will probably take me a couple tries because it's a little bit hard to do. I feel like the way they connect it with this circle going into this groove, it has a hard time, show you the groove. It has a hard time connecting for some reason, like it doesn't pair up evenly. So pushing it in, you should feel like a snapping, and it doesn't really snap. It just kind of like gently goes together, which is fine, but your next step of the process is when you have to swivel it. And you've got to keep it together, and that's the problem. So you've got to really, oh, I missed a spot. The next thing you got to do, sorry, go back, is put these all the way up. See this little flap here? It's got to go way back or else it's not going to clip in. So you've got to like flip it all the way up and back in. See how it's back in there now? Right back in there. So now connect it again. That was my mistake. And see, it's not, see how it doesn't connect? It wants to do that. So you've got to like just be patient and slide it over and get it in. And then it should, see these little grooves? The little grooves should groove into here. But the way that it's set up for me, I don't know if there's anyone that is seeing something that I'm not, it's not sliding in easily. Like you've got to really give it a good push. So now it's in. See how it wants to separate on the back end? So the solution I found is just put the tail in and connect the tail, which it has a peg and a hole on the other side. Just connect that and close it. And it kind of holds it, but it's still got a little bit of separation. So just be careful with that. And then his back legs, they don't clip in. They just kind of sit like that. So that's how you have them. So now you just want to position the arms or the front feet, front legs, wherever you want them. And he should stand pretty easily. And that's him in robot or dinosaur mode. So it's a nice, oh, there's the Autobot marker. Sorry, so disregard that. I do like that part. I didn't see that the first go around. So I do like this figure quite a bit. I do wish this wasn't gray. I feel like that's kind of, it doesn't give him enough of a sense of like, you know, like the Triceratops has that big head plate. This kind of gets lost in it. Maybe if they added a little bit of flaring to it, that would do something as well. But all in all, it's a great figure. It's true to the G1, which is good with me because I love G1s, but also it's got a nice updating to it. So when you want to put, if you really want to put his prime armor on him, which I don't think you should, but whatever, you just pop it in this little hole here. Oh, little arms. Pop it in this hole, and that's how it goes. That looks absolutely ridiculous, but that's how, I guess, how you would want to put it. If you want to put his gun anywhere, you can kind of put it in here. If you're going to display him like that, I think that's brutal, so I'm going to take it off right away. And this is the figure how I would display it. I would either have him, like, honestly, I would have him in robot or dinosaur mode. I don't know. What do you guys think? How would you display him? How are you going to display him? Are you going to put him in part of Volcanicus? Are you going to have him in Triceratops mode? Or are you going to have him in robot mode? Personally, I think I'm going to do the Dinobots all in their robot modes, and I think I have a second set of them. I'm going to do a second set in their Volcanicus mode just to have a comparison. But I really like the dinosaur modes, and I'm a huge fan of dinosaurs anyway. But that being said, I do see the value in the robot modes too, because they are really nice. Hope you guys are enjoying the reviews. Today's day 6 is down, so tomorrow's day 7. We're on to Swoop, which I'm excited for. I've seen some reviews online, I've seen some photos, and I'm super duper duper excited about that because Swoop was a really cool G1. He had a lot of neat concepts to him. One of the harder ones to keep all together over the years because he would lose his head really easily. So let's see if they've upgraded that on the Power of the Primes version. And let me know so far what your favorite Transformer Power of the Primes that I've reviewed so far is. And then at the end of all this, once I get to the very end of the 10 days, I'm going to stack rank them based on my favorites. You might have some leanings on what I'm thinking of them now, but I want to grade them out on a scale of like functionability, playability, appearance, and then I'm going to give them a special grade as close to their G1 counterpart as possible. So, happy 6th day of PrimesMas, and thanks for viewing, and thanks for checking in on all these 6 days, and stay tuned for the last 3 coming up. Have a great day. Thanks.